Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Uh-huh. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
Your favorite podcast, it's Critical Plus.
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked border patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marcos' attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Baron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
Doesn't matter what you say or the action that you take. This is done without your will for the problems that you made. You're the knight of the justice of American legions all around you. Different things you cannot change in the darkness that's inside you.
And now for something completely different.
And here we go.
Honeycomb's big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small. No, no, no.
Kiss my entire ass.
Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
You know, this is, excuse me,
A damn fine cup of coffee.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
This town needs an enema.
So just sit right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chops out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Wow, the doctor is in, baby. Welcome to Doc's Coffee Shop Christmas edition. I'm your host, Doc Blalock, writer, artist, creator of Pariah, Blood and Mud, and OG Soul Biscuit. Hey, help me welcome my co-host, the one, the only, Mr. Tanner Hurley.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Gordon Shumway, nice to meet you. Interested in a new Buick?
Nonsense. I've not yet begun to defile myself.
I'll make you famous.
I'll make you famous.
Oh, boy. What's going on, Tanner?
Oh, nothing much. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. Merry Christmas early.
Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Coffee good, hot. That's a damn cup of coffee.
Oh man, I giggle every time I hear those scenes. I love the Twin Peaks.
Oh man, yeah.
Damn,
yeah.
fine cup of coffee.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, he had a great philosophy. What was it he said? Every day, treat yourself. One little thing, you know, and it was a slice of pie and a cup of coffee, and nothing's going to interrupt it. I'm like, you know what? That's a pretty good philosophy.
It is. It really is.
Off here.
Kate, how you doing this morning?
Kate, my love. Wonderful to see you in the chat. You know what? Just for the grins of it, I know she's in chat, but we're going to do it anyway.
This is my house, and I have had all I'm going to take of you.
Step right up and don't be shy, because you will not believe your eyes.
It's so degrading to women.
What do you mean? She's got the whip.
You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow.
You know, I don't know who makes those wonderful intros, but damn, they're good.
Yes, they are.
Oh, my God. So here's some breaking news, Tanner. I don't know if you've seen. Declassified documents reveal the CIA was probably involved in the Kennedy assassination. Also it snowed in Alaska.
Duh. You mean our own government had something to do with that? Get out of here.
Poor Kennedy.
Oh, wait. Oh. My shock face. Okay.
Very good. Cut. That's a wrap. Print it.
Let me pretend to be surprised here.
So we've got a good show for you today. We got some good memes. I couldn't get Tanner's in here in time because we had some technical difficulties backstage, but we have plenty to share.
We got some good ones.
We got plenty to share with you. So what do you say we do some meme review?
Let's do some meme review. Indeed.
yes, it's that time. Indubitably.
Indubitably, the word of the day.
I didn't say that word. So, see what we got here. Yeah, Pop said send them to him. He'll load them.
Okay.
And I'm stalling, so you have time to do that. So let's throw a few up here. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, we can't show that word on YouTube.
Uh-oh.
We'll get demonetized. Here we go. White man has been here. How can you tell? Yellow Snow wrote, "Let's go, Brandon." Elon Musk shatters world record after going a full 12 hours without killing himself after publicly insulting Hillary Clinton. I have no dirt on Hillary Clinton, so if I mysteriously disappear, I'll trade you Baltic Avenue for Boardwalk. Deal. If you don't get that, you've been under a rock.
Oh, I know, right?
Guess who's not getting a laptop for Christmas this year?
Oh.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Celebrities after Elon buys Twitter removes child porn. Right on my head, right out. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. I find it ironic that Democrats hate the only thing socialism ever produced that works. That thing works, man. I mean, the OG right now will go toe to toe with anything out there.
It's so true.
Here comes a big gust. No, wait, faded out, just a breeze. But whoo, boy, are those trees rustling way over there. Oh gosh, that's funnier than it should be. There are two kinds of people in this world. Avoid them. This next one showed up on my Facebook feed. I don't know who shared it, but whoever did, if you're watching, thank you, because it made my day. You know, you're not a real American until you knock a deer unconscious with a chokehold on a 50-pound bag of Olroy dog food at Walmart. My man submitted a deer. Put him out. Welcome to Georgia. A gingerbread man sits inside a gingerbread house. Is the house made of flesh or is he made of house? He screams, for he does not know. And this one is late but still applicable. Don't forget to set your clocks from sunshine and happiness back to misery and despair this weekend. Oh my goodness. So we'll come back to Tanner's. This has been another meme review. You know, my man flying through the air in slow motion there reminds me of the fact that all of my life, every single time I have ever fallen, it goes into slow motion. Like I have time in my head to recite the Gettysburg Address or Mark Antony's eulogy on the way to the ground. Well, holy cow, would you look at that? I'm falling down the stairs. Wow, I haven't spilled my coffee yet. Surely they hear this inside the house that I'm falling down the boom to the bottom.
Oh man. So yesterday I'm walking down the street, I'm a little bit slower, so my kids always cut me off to the pass because they know I'm slow going down the stairs. But then he slips. my middle-aged son, 15-year-old, slips like banana peel style, like lands on his butt and then hits every stair on the way down. And of course, a small part of me is just like, Ha
Yeah, you know, the dad goes, "Are you okay?" But in your head, you're going,
That's karma, my son. That's karma.
How dare you?
Oh, I love them dearly.
So if you guys haven't noticed, I sound a little bit different. And I'm not wearing headphones because I'm running a new setup. I hope it's coming across clearly. I can't hear.
It is. It's super clear.
All right. Cool. Got a high grade webcam, which unfortunately shows me much clearer and has a built-in microphone. So now I don't have to wear those stupid headphones that give me a headache. Kate says, you know, disclaimer, I was not in the backstage distracting those men. Tree Goblin is here. Hello, Tree Goblin. Good to see you. Amit Reyna is here. Amit, good to see you as always.
Nice to see you.
Amit always makes sure I'm not actually dead yet. He wants me to at least get my book out before I die of old age. It didn't help. I called one of my buddies up from the FMF, right, in Charleston. We haven't talked in almost a year. And he's got a new fiance, girlfriend, whatever. And he told me, he said, I was talking to her. And I said, you know, we need to go see Doc, Charleston to Atlanta. No big deal. And he's, yeah, the way he smokes, we better get there soon.
Oh,
Kind of hurt me a little bit. Oh, we're going to redux. We have more memes. We have more, ladies and gentlemen, incoming memes. General quarters, man your battle stations. You know, it also seems to me that if you fly off that turnbuckle at the top and you go really high and it's hot under the lights and you're sweating, the breeze must feel good on the way down.
Yeah, it's got to.
It's got to, man. It's got to. Like rappelling was always a hoot when it was hot. If you got your speed up, thank you, Lord. Then you have to climb back to the top and do it again. Work up a sweat. What do we got? 2017 Mario Kart Deluxe. 2020 Mario Kart Live. 2023. Oh, Tanner. Jeez. Ouch.
I don't know. I just wanted it to be comic related.
Captain America from 2012 will win because there is no more Captain America unless you count the Falcon, which I don't. Bucky should have been the next Captain America. It's not racist. He's the only one with a super soldier serum in him.
The newer Cap would whoop the older Cap's ass for one reason and one reason only. Molnar.
Molnar. What? Yeah. One of the last sane Gen Zs. Look, why do people hate them so much? All right. No hate here. No hate.
I don't know. For some reason, that one.
Tanner's proof that the generation behind the cohort group behind my cohort group actually has some sane people in it, or maybe not sane, just grounded.
Oh, I fooled you good.
You're on Mars. It's 22. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Demon baby. Poor Herschel. Has nothing to do with that meme. It just came in my head. What is 2022 when someone sneezes and you have flashbacks?
What's up, Max? How you doing?
Max, good to see you, bud. Hey, no joke. When the lockdown mess first started, we didn't know anything, you know. I went into Walgreens, not CVS, Walgreens. And I coughed. And I wasn't wearing a mask because, fuck you, that's why. I studied medicine. I worked in medicine. I know about enteric precautions. I understand how things are transmitted. That mask ain't going to do shit. So I coughed, and the 5 people in the store during the lockdown, their heads went and looked at me. And I said, relax. It's just my COPD, emphysema, lung cancer, tuberculosis. It's not COVID. And they all literally went, oh, okay. It was a joke. My God.
Gotcha, bitch.
Jeez.
I love how you throw tuberculosis in there. And,
yeah.
Still not phased. Still not phased.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the rule of thumb with enteric precautions, ask anybody that's ever worked in medicine, is wash your hands and don't lick doorknobs. Now, I still got it. I got the Omicron, but I got it while I was at home from my wife who was vaccinated.
And while all that was starting, Gen Zers were licking toilet seats as a challenge.
This, the Tide Pod generation.
Tide Pods, yeah,
Pardon me while I hack up a little.
I'm not a hater. I'm really not. I just, question things.
It is what it is, though. Put it out there.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to see it.
Darwinism, and it's fine.
Hey, Stephen B, good to see you.
Hey, what's up, my brother?
Oh my goodness. So yeah, in the news. Wait a minute. I have
We have something for this.
I have a video meme for that.
Next, another interesting story that's in the news.
So in the news, Elon Musk continues to have balls of steel. It kills me. He pioneers electric vehicles and makes them cool. He's going to take us back to the moon with SpaceX. He buys Twitter, and the left has a meltdown.
How dare you?
How dare you? So this past week, for being doxxed, he suspended, not banned, suspended some journalists who were literally trying to cause him harm by doxing his exact location in real time. I thought you said this was free speech.
Gotcha, bitch.
You don't understand what free speech is. Because inciting violence is not free speech. Craziness.
Okay, I have to come out and say this for the record.
Who the hell is that?
I have to come out and say this for the record. For those who are friends or, viewers or whatever of any of our networks. Look, doxing is the same thing as yelling fire in a crowded theater. You have no idea what's going to happen, but you're going for just anything. You hope somebody's going to go fuck with that guy.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's the worst kind of cancel culture because somebody could get actually fucking canceled. Don't do that shit. Doxing is fucking evil. Period.
It is evil.
You're a journalist, I don't care if you're my dad. It's not fucking cool.
It's literally that kind of canceled. My eye. And Kate, just for you. There you go. Just saying.
I was a Chippendale in my younger days.
And so literally, our room's on fire. My room is not on fire. Don't scare me like that. I'm looking around looking for fire now. Because I would go out that window.
That one right there.
Right over the computer. Jeez, man, don't scare me like that. So check this out, man. In the 70s, one year, our house burned to the ground while we were on our last vacation before school started. The next year, my school burned to the ground on a Saturday. And then they said, and I overheard it on a phone call. They didn't say it to me because I was a little kid. The fire started right under Christopher's bed. I didn't sleep for a year. A comment put my name and address online. Gee, I wonder if that was that Amit? Did Amit do that? Amit's not a con man. Just saying.
Indeed it is.
I forgot my next news item because him telling me my room was on fire carved it out of my head. Well, in that case, it's that time.
It's the time.
I mean, it's 4 minutes early, but it's still.
Well, it's okay.
All right.
I won't tell if you won't tell.
Don't ask, don't tell, baby.
Good morning, everybody, on this wonderful day. We are going to discuss Frank Miller's Sin City. Okay, now, could I have pulled out all the individual issues plus the Dark Horse Presents comics with the original Sin City in it? Yes, but that's a lot of books. So we'll focus here on the original trade. This features Marv. This is Frank Miller's pivotal work outside of seminal work, honestly, outside of the mainstream. This is where he really took, the independent publisher to new heights and created this iconic, amazing story that would go on to become toys, movies, and even a game that wasn't published, but I have seen it out there. So if you know nothing about Sin City and Marv and the gang, I highly suggest you pick up this book. It is a ultra violent, ultra sexy, hyper realistic film noir.
Itty bitty gritty.
Itty bitty gritty. I mean, true grit freaking story. This is where it's at. If you know nothing about Sin City, and of course if I go over to my library, every book is just as great as the next. Don't let anyone fool you, because they're good.
Those few where the movie adaptation was just as good, in my opinion.
Oh well, oh god, getting me started. The movie adaptation was literally done by guys, Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, who loved Frank Miller, and they wanted to bring out the true comic. So let that be a lesson to you, Hollywood. They took a comic and they fully adapted it to the screen
and made a beast of a movie. Just great. The book is amazing. It's more in depth than the movie, but it's really, really good.
Oh man.
I'll say this, man. To me, Sin City is to graphic novels what Operation Mindcrime was to albums.
Oh.
They seriously.
And if you don't know what Operation Mindcrime is, shame on you.
Do yourself a favor and look up Operation Mindcrime on YouTube. You'll thank me in your prayers.
Yes, you will.
So this has been another Great Moments with Tanner Hurley. Woody said he needed coffee. That's a good man right there.
Heck yeah.
I mean, maybe just one more time.
And here we go.
Honeycomb's big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small. No, no, no.
Kiss my entire ass. Oh, my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
This town needs an enema.
It does a body good.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. I can't even say that word.
I'm bringing it back.
Bring it back, baby. Good to see everybody in the chat this morning. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Just a good time right now to kick back with a cup of coffee, chill out, relax, have some good conversation.
It is.
This is literally. Okay, maybe not literally. It is figuratively or demonstrably or illustratively kind of how I have conversations when I just hang out at the house with my friends. We just talk. We chat.
Sorry, now that I got Frank Miller on the mind, have you heard who's going to be doing one of the new Sin Cities miniseries under the Frank Miller Presents?
No, I didn't even know about this.
Oh, get this. Milo Manara.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Milo Manara is?
What I'm saying to you right
now. Oh shit!
Right now is
nobody cares.
I'm lying. I'm just kidding. I
about freaking died. I was like, oh my god.
Look, as far as comics go, in the 90s, I was frozen like Steve Rogers and then thawed out last year. So I've been out of the loop for a minute.
Yeah, but I mean, like, not just 90s. I mean, he was doing amazing stuff for heavy metal in the 80s.
Oh, now see?
Oh, no.
See, now I know.
And then, most recently in the 2000s, he was responsible for doing that Marvel cover of Spider-Woman.
Shoosh. What the fuck is that? No.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll shut this whole motherfucking show down. Don't do that to me. Look, what do you mean, Shoosh?
Say whatever chat wants to.
You don't get to Shoosh Pops because Pops has the button. Right?
I'm just saying, in the chat.
Yeah, that was real shock right there.
Yes. Just go with the flow. Get in the boxcar. I did not just say that. As Tanner takes the time out to do fatherly duties.
Yeah.
Honeycomb. All right. Where is Q? Where is Q? I mean, we got nobody here to sing along with us, Honeycomb. Yeah. Pops.
It's not small. No.
That's right.
I'll sing with you. I'll get down.
Here we go. Rich Perotta and I both share a musical Tourette's where if it pops in our head, it's coming out of the mouth. And we were literally on one of his streams one day. And at the same time, Honeycomb's big. Yeah. And it's been with us ever since. So it just happened. So it had to go into the intro for the show. Am I correct?
And what was it, like a few weeks ago when I sent you, I was at the grocery store and sent you guys the picture of the honeycomb?
Yeah. Yes. And,
it's the little things, The
little victories in life. I have paid more attention at the grocery store now. Honeycomb is still there.
It
And
is.
I say
It's
they
still
can
there.
bring back the honeycomb hideout. Come to the honeycomb hideout. So here's a question for you, chat. When you were a kid, what was your go-to cereal, and what is it now? So I'm just going to tell you, right, for me, it was Fruity Pebbles. It was Fruity Pebbles. Ask me what it is now.
What is it now?
Fruity Pebbles.
Still Fruity Pebbles. That's a good question. I'll tell you what. When I was a kid, I remember Mr. T cereal, which was basically Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
It's called rebranded into Mr. T. I love me some maybe this is the Irish in me. I don't know.
Frosted Lucky Charms.
I love me some Lucky Charms. Just you try and eat them, you wee bastard.
Kate says Sugar Smacks when she was young. What about now, Kate? Come on, chat. Let's hear from you guys.
Come on. Bring it on in.
Now, that's not to say, by the way, that I wasn't a huge fan of just about all of them. Okay, I love me some Captain Crunch. I just didn't like that the roof of my mouth felt like it'd been sandblasted after you eat a couple of bowls of that shit. Just saying.
If I remember correctly, I think it was more about the toy than the cereal. For me, my generation growing up.
Oh, I love the toys. I'd go digging and get my ass beat for digging in the box.
Yeah. Oh God, I remember.
Yeah. Special K was strong. Kate, don't be a meme. Come on now.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I mean, I still go after shredded wheat, but the frosted shredded wheat.
Well, the frosted shredded wheat.
Yeah.
The problem with it is you get a bowl and you pour a normal amount in that's comparable to other cereals. You add milk and it turns into a whole haystack that you've got to eat. You'll never get to the bottom of the bowl.
Oh, I eat it. I eat that stuff up, man. I'll just tear it up. And then the milk tastes all sweet because all the frosting dissolved into the milk.
James Hayes, welcome, buddy. He says Fruity Pebbles when I was young. Now it's Honey Bunches of Oats and Frosted Flakes.
Ooh,
I like Honey Bunches of Oats. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a good, fairly new one for me.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yep, my kids tear up some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I ain't gonna lie. So do I.
Toast Crunch is good.
It is good.
What was it? The waffle one? They wanted to. Cinnamon Toast Crunch made it big. Let's do waffle.
They have churros. Churro Crunch.
No, they do.
Yes, they
really?
Do.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a limited edition type thing. You can only find it like once in a while, but sometimes I'll find that. And yeah, I pick that up. My kids will tear that up too.
Speaking of things that have been discontinued that were good, I remember in the
Clear
80s,
Pepsi.
No. Ecto juice.
Oh God, yes.
That stuff was so good.
I know, right?
I have no idea what was in it, but I want it back. Bring back Ecto juice. #bring back Ecto juice.
I mean, it straight up looked like freaking antifreeze.
Yeah.
But, maybe it was. Who knows?
If that's what antifreeze tastes like, I'll go out there and suck my radiator dry right now.
How dare you?
Shut up, Greta. Jeez. Ecto juice, man, that stuff was so good. And when they discontinued it, I was not a happy man.
Me and the wife, we were talking about candy. Speaking of discontinued candy, Bonkers. They were these little chewable taffy type thing, and they were called Bonkers.
Yeah.
Closest thing you can get to it is like this Japanese candy that you see called High Chews. It's pretty damn close. You can find them at like Five Below and stuff like that. Sometimes Walmart. High Chews. It's like the closest thing. But she ended up picking up. We stopped off at a gas station the other day on a road trip, and she picked up Mambas. And she's like, "Yeah, this is the closest thing I can get besides High Chews to Bonkers." I was like, "Oh my God!"
See, I'm was. I do remember the Chunk chocolate bar that was just square chunky.
Oh, yeah.
Thick thing. And the one with raisins in it was amazing. I don't know what it is about raisins and chocolate, but, you know, Raisinets,
yeah.
Good stuff. But this was me in the 80s. When I left Operation Management Division to go back to Paris Island, they did a little going away party for me. And my gifts were a carton of Winston cigarettes, an ashtray, a pack of lighters, a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper, and a big, giant Butterfinger candy bar. They knew me so well. They knew me so well. Butterfinger and coffee was my breakfast, and Dr. Pepper for the rest of the day. That was the 80s before we cared about health.
Everything was brown.
Chats. If you're watching on, we're streaming to multiple locations. Tree Goblin, the Oz Show numbers. This is not the Oz Show. Rice Krispies, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. We're streaming to several locations, so some people are typing in one chat, some are typing in another one. We see them all here on StreamYard. But if you, for example, you're watching on the Madness and someone comments on my channel, you're not going to necessarily see it. Sort of, just because we're in the multiple locations, yeah. So we're reaching that moment in the chat or in the show, Tanner, as you know, where we're going to drop the link. Fanta, my love.
Fanta, how are you?
We're going to drop the link. Pops, can you drop the link into the YouTube channel and pin it? And because it is our Christmas edition, I'm not going to require you to pay the entrance fee to come on.
I'm going to only ask once. Don't come in here like that dude was on Rose's show last night and slinging around fucking words we can't use. I'm just only going to say it once. I'll be booting anybody that acts a fool.
Oh, going through some old shows. Okay, I got you, Tree. Yeah, not going to require you to bring a meme. Just come on in, hang out for a little while with us. We'd love to have you. So I went on someone's stream the other morning because I was up early and they were on late. And Finatra was in there. Now, I like Finatra. He makes me laugh. And I have been on several streams with Finatra. But apparently, Doc Blalock, Pariah, Blood and Mud wasn't a hint that I'm doing a book. So the host played my commercial. And Finatra was like, damn, man, who's the artist on that book? And I thought he meant the music. So I said, well, I did music at the beginning and some friends of mine did the end, the last part. He goes, no, who's drawing that? I said, I am. I wrote it. And he's like, damn, man, you can draw some pretty women. What did you think I was doing all this time? So what we're going to do, we're going to play some commercials so we can warm up our coffee and we'll let our guests in. So, Pops, can you give us a good 2 or 3 commercials? And we're going to take a little station identification break here for warm up.
Oops, caught me off guard.
What?
What?
I was confused by something. Sorry.
Oh.
So, wow. Good stuff. Good stuff. The chat is on fire today. Why is there no one backstage to come hang out with us?
I don't know.
Where is Q?
He must.
Am I on
the holidays or something? You know, he's got something going on.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm on. Oh, we have a guest in the back. Let's bring out. You know him. You love him. The good-looking, talented, super smart, hardest working man in independent comics today, Mr. Stephen B.
Heck yeah.
Hey.
What's up, Stephen?
Not much.
And those luscious locks. What's going on, brother?
You know the usual.
Heck yeah.
Always working. Always working.
Nice. I like the perspective on that.
You probably think he's running on the road, but hold on.
He's running up the wall.
Actually, he's running on the side of the building.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Cool. So, Stephen, what are you doing for Christmas this year? Wait, before you answer that, more important question. What was your go-to cereal when you were young, and what is it now? I mean, you're still young, but you know.
I don't know if I have a go-to cereal. Over here we eat like Kellogg's Special K's or something like that.
Special K. So when you were a little kid, you're telling me your parents made you eat special. You didn't get Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles or
I have Raisin Bran.
Raisin. I don't know what to say to that.
But if I had to pick one of the others, it would probably be Lucky Charms.
Hey, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To that Raisin Bran, and you'll be golden, bro. Golden.
Wasn't there, Pops? Wasn't once upon a time there was Frosted Raisin Bran?
They only did it for a little while. That's why I liked it. So now I combine.
Yeah. And that sounds good. I would do that.
It was good.
I would do that.
Smart, actually.
I mean,
I combine a lot of cereals, dude. I've been doing that since I was a kid.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I would. No, baby. I never have a bad hair day on it. I don't.
All right, look, I dropped the link. I don't know why I don't see it, but I did drop it. It's there. Just come out here and act like we have sponsors. That's all. Respect the channel. Respect the network.
Don't come in my house and shit on the floor. That's you know. Everybody knows that about me, though.
Yeah,
you'd think that was common sense, but
All right. So what are you doing for Christmas, Stephen B?
Pretty much just staying here opening presents.
All right. So, no other events going on? No family get together?
Nothing that I really know of.
Okay. All right. Tanner, you got kids.
Yes. Well, we're gonna wake up at dark 30. And we're probably gonna we pass out all the gifts, and then we just let the kids tear into them all at once. You know, I got 4 kids, man. We know this taking turns thing. You know,
does it look like a whirlwind going on?
It does. And then, like as parents, we're more like referees or something. You know, we're in there trying to make sure that something doesn't get lost underneath paper or whatever,
Yeah. What is that?
You're stepping on something.
I just got to say, Tree, if you're looking at all of Doc's shows have been on the network, and we've been doing this broadcast to 8 different destinations thing the whole time. So every time you're looking at Doc's, you're going to see comments come up on the screen that were on my YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitch. You'll see them come up on the screen, but you won't see them in the chat. You'll only see the stuff in the chat that was put in on that particular channel. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you're looking at the past one, it's not like people have been blocked or memory hold or anything. You're just only seeing the people who commented on Doc's particular channel during that show. I hope that clears it up.
What's his name?
This one is Doggy.
Doggy?
He has a dog at the time. And he doesn't like being held.
One of mine from 2 years ago. I don't know.
If that cat barks, I'm out of here. Just saying.
That would be
I think
hilarious.
I knew Doc 2 years ago. So if you're looking at Doc's stuff from 2 years ago, we didn't even know each other. You know?
And he's a bit of a bully too.
Okay. 2 years ago, you would have found one of my painting shows because I wasn't back into comics yet.
With happy trees.
Pops, Christmas plans?
I got 4 grandkids, but they'll probably be at that house and that house and that house and that house. I'll be sitting here like
always. Not evil.
You know.
We have a Christmas tradition, my son and I. Christian is his name. By the way, his new album is debuting on YouTube at noon. So
Which is awesome because I'm subscribed to that.
Head on over there and check it out. But we have a tradition. I make wassail, which is a hot fruit beverage with a little bit of something in it. And Christian comes over on Christmas Eve, and we have a few glasses of that, and we do our gifts on Christmas Eve because when he was coming up, you know, his mom had him for Christmas Day, I had him for Christmas Eve. And that was fine with me because my family coming up, Christmas Eve was always a bigger deal than Christmas morning. Even though Christmas morning was more gifts, Christmas Eve was a feast. It was open some gifts. It was a big get together. So I liked it. And we just carried it on. You know, he's 30 now. So we've been carrying that on for quite a little minute. And I really enjoy that. So Christmas Day, we don't even have a tree up yet.
Oh, don't say that around my wife. You know, that's sacrilege.
So last year, I gotta make sure she can't hear me because she doesn't watch my show. Last year, my stepdaughter gave Tacey a turntable and gave her Prince Purple Rain, the album. So her all-time favorite album is Dr. Hook. I don't know why. But I got her Best of Dr. Hook as a vinyl. I got her the Best of Journey as a vinyl. Got her a few more. And there's literally, by the way, 700 LPs sitting on my carport for me to go through that the father-in-law brought over. And it's like stuff from the 40s and 50s and 60s. Ooh. Some of them I've never seen before, but like one in every box. I found Wango Tango by Ted Nugent in one. It's worth having. So, you know, there's like one good one in each box.
Man. Ted Nugent. Sorry, I grew up in Jackson, Michigan. So long before he moved, Uncle Ted was his stomping grounds for the longest time. Yeah.
I saw
we knew the Nugents
twice. I saw him as a headliner, and I think it was on Wango Tango, but I'm not sure. But then I saw him when he opened up for Kiss on the Crazy Nights tour.
Nice.
And it was a great show, man. I'm just saying, Nuge does a great live set.
Yeah, he does.
You will have a good time. You know, what can I say, man? Kids today, they just don't know, man. They don't know about arena rock.
Oh, God. Yeah.
These young people today, these whippersnappers. I never thought I'd be that dude, man.
I went to a Kiss concert, and it was
Mind melting.
Yeah.
If
My
you didn't
first
see Kiss back in the 70s, you didn't see Kiss.
Kiss from the 70s.
Well, rub it in.
You didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. If you didn't see the original 4 members with the pyro and everything, you didn't see Kiss, dude. You saw a watered down version of
I disagree with that. The original Kiss was fantastic. I saw them. I saw the Alive 2 tour when they filmed that at Cabo. I mean, it wasn't Cabo. It was at Cobo Hall. I didn't see them there, the same tour. But then when Eric Carr came along for and Creatures of the Night,
get the fuck out of here, Creatures.
much heavier, much harder. Oh my God! And what a drummer, man! So yeah.
No, not even.
You can disagree all
you might say there was a more powerful percussion behind them, but they weren't better then.
They weren't better. Paul Stanley's voice reached its apex in the late '80s.
Whose voice? What?
Paul Stanley's voice was at its Just go listen to it. That's all I got to say. Just go listen.
That ain't no front man. That ain't no vocalist.
Oh my!
He ain't on the par with any good vocalist. Any good vocalist. He's not even in the top 50. Dude, don't do that.
You know, I feel like stirring up some controversy right now.
He's no fucking dude. He doesn't reach the top 50 in vocalists.
And you know what, guys? Sammy Hagar was a better vocalist than David Lee Roth. Oh.
Yes, he was.
He can still do it.
Listen, 5150 was Van Halen's best album.
He can still do it. What's David doing?
He's still rocking.
See, I don't get people that agree with me on that one, and then it starts.
I have them fight me. I've had them come at me, but I don't care.
We do.
I saw.
Meets the Phantom. Come on, let's go disco.
I saw. It just came up on YouTube.
Love me do, baby.
It was.
Get the fuck out of here with this.
I saw Gene Simmons' first televised interview was on Tony Tennille's show, the Captain and Tennille. He came out in an interview, and it was his first time on national TV.
Gene Simmons live yesterday said the government told you to do it. Just do it. Fuck you.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Well, people.
I don't look to my celebrities for my political advice.
Yesterday, if the government told you to do it, you should just do it. Could you see Gene Simmons 25 years ago looking at himself today?
Listen, here's the thing.
He would bitch. He
on
would
his
slap
show,
his own ass.
Family Jewels. He said he was having plastic surgery for the first time, and they live did it, right?
Uh-huh.
Go back and look at the videos of Gene Simmons in black and white when they first started out. He had that big hook nose, and then later on you see it's perfectly straight. Either that's two different Gene Simmonses.
No, he's had facelifts and all kinds of shit.
Or he had surgery. I'm just saying.
That dude is vain as fuck. He's had facelifts and all kinds of shit in the last
He
few
had
years.
a hook. He had a hook back in the day. And now, straight as an arrow. That's when he changed the makeup. So, just saying. It's like the Nikki Sixx thing. There's this, the Paul McCartney thing, the Nikki Sixx thing. Wait, is it always bass players?
Oh.
Bass
we
players.
might have just found something.
There's not two genes.
Dun, dun,
It's the same
dun.
as with plastic surgery. Just say it. There's not two genes. That's the same dumbass.
Yeah, the Scooch by Britney Spears on vinyl. Poor Britney. Oh, that girl. Listen, when she first came out, I was like, okay, for pop music, it is what it is. It's listenable. You know, if you're at a Waffle House at 2 o'clock in the morning, somebody puts that in, I'm okay with that. I ain't heard shit in the last 20 years that doesn't make me want to just slip my wrist and jump in front of a bus at the same time. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean,
nobody
can't argue with you.
I can't argue with you either.
It's really gone downhill.
Yeah.
You know. I blame auto-tuning.
Auto-tuning, and there's somebody did a video about it actually. A composer or somebody literally showed the progression of dumbing down over the last 25 years.
Yes.
There was a guy who who's on American Idol.
Yes.
And I forgot who was one of the judges, but he was singing, and pretty much after she pretty much after he stopped singing, the judges, well, the guest judge, she wasn't really that kind, saying all you had no talent and stuff like that. It's just not there. So you know what the guy pretty much said to her?
What's that?
You know the difference between you and me? I don't use auto-tune.
I do remember. I don't remember his name, but it was the one where Haley Reinhart was on that year and should have won, but that country bumpkin with the big ears like Alfred Newman won. That was a travesty. I never watched that show again after that. Anyway, there was a guy on there. He had short hair, but he was metal, and he was going to do "It's a One-Way Ticket to Midnight."
Oh yeah,
heavy metal. He had Zakk Wylde come out with him and do it. Well, the backstage coach before had said, "It doesn't change keys. It just stays there. This is a boring song. You shouldn't do this." And he's like, "Bro, you can't play that on piano and expect it to sound like what it is. I'm doing the song." And he did it, and he killed it. And it was when Steven Tyler was one of the judges.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like,
Steven Tyler was a great judge.
He was. He told Haley Reinhart, "You just Haley Reinharted yourself in the middle of next week." That's ridiculous.
He was real down to earth, I thought, as a judge.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't sure how he was going to, because it's Steven Tyler. He's a big rock star. Didn't know how he was going to be. He was really cool. I enjoyed watching him. Ooh, Pink Floyd was the first concert. That's awesome. Yeah. Mine actually was the Voodoo Lounge tour, Rolling Stones. Saw them in I want to say in Lansing or Detroit. I can't remember.
My first concert was and I'm not sure if I'm remembering this right. It was either Def Leppard or Nickelback.
So you're the
one's a little bit better than the other. I ain't gonna lie.
Nickelback show. My first was Cheap Trick and Aldo Nova at Six Flags.
Hell yeah!
What I paid for to go see was the Kiss shows, but one of the best I ever saw was the Bark at the Devil tour with Motley Crue and Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh man!
You have to do this. Hold up, Doc. Got to interrupt you, bro. Everybody's
Max. What's up, Max?
My own intro.
Max, that was nice.
Oh, you weren't interrupting me. I was already about to click on it.
Okay.
What's going on?
My concert was Striper.
Nah, that drama ain't dead. There's 10 people trying to be Testify. Admit it. There's 10 people trying to be that dude. None of them measure up. None of them.
So what's going on with you, Max? First show was Striper?
Yeah, Striper.
For real?
Yeah.
I saw Striper. They were good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean,
those guys could jam.
The first concert, and then the first concert I went to by myself. Well, not by myself, but
hey, Max.
What's up?
Camera's up here, bro.
Yeah, it's up here. first show I went to myself was Guns N' Roses and 9 Inch Nails.
Ooh.
And 9 Inch Nails got booed off the stage.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a few times. I saw Mr. Big get booed off the stage opening for Rush. And there's a reason, though. Or no, it was Candlebox. Candlebox came out, and the first riff they played was the opening for Spirit of Radio. And the guy goes, "Hey, do you know who we are?" And the crowd was just kind of, "Why are you playing Rush music?" And dude goes, "No, we're not Rush." And people started throwing shit. That is not how you open for Rush, by trying to play one of their licks and then that ain't how you do it. Those guys are serious. Their fans are serious.
Well, that's true.
So everybody just wanted to see Guns N' Roses so bad, and I guess it's probably like they wanted to hurry up before Axl got fucking too fucked up and
and came out again,
threw a little tantrum.
But man, that would have been the Pretty Hate Machine days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Pretty Hate Machine tour.
The Appetite for Destruction album was a real breath of fresh air when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So much glam at the time. It was just metal. And I was like, oh man, thank God for these guys, man. They're not metal, but they're super hard rock. And I really liked it.
Well, I mean, how do you not like Slash? I mean, there's just something about. I mean, one his guitar chops are pretty awesome, but he just has that presence, He's this long-haired guy with the top hat and everything.
Yeah,
sunglasses.
There's one thing that'll make you not like him.
What's that?
He tried to do Crazy Train in front of Ozzy. You can find it on YouTube. Slash can't play Randy Rhoads. I'm sorry, it's not
really.
It ain't there. And it was terrible. Oh my God, it was terrible.
No lie.
He ain't no Zach either, bro. He ain't even like he wouldn't even match up to like the top 5 guitarists that played for Ozzy, dude.
Wow,
you got all kinds of badass motherfuckers that played for Ozzy, dude.
Zach Wilde is
big shoes to fill right there.
Mind blowing.
Zach Wilde's fucking good as shit if he can play all the Dimebag stuff. Still,
dude,
he's like 90.
You go back and you listen to all the covers. I've seen Zach sit at a piano, and I've seen this with my own eyes. Sit at a piano and play Elton John's "Candle in the Wind," and Elton John wishes he could make that song sound that good. I ain't fucking Zach blew that shit up. He made me like a song I didn't like. Okay. And he used to do covers of everything. Alice Cooper, all kinds of shit. You can find all kinds of old Zach covers where he just blew somebody's music up.
Back when I was playing in a band, we were doing a show and we had a really good response, and in particular, if you're ever in a band and you do one of your own songs and the crowd loses their mind, that's some shit.
Yeah.
But the encore song that we did was 18 by Alice Cooper. I didn't think people would like it. Those people lost their minds when we did that song.
Hell yeah.
18 and I don't know what I want. 18. Alice blew that shit. Alice was so fucking far ahead of his time, dude.
Oh yeah.
Alice good stuff for sure.
He was the king of theatrical rock and roll.
I honestly, we wouldn't have shock rock if it weren't for Alice Cooper.
He's an amazing golfer too.
All kinds of shit that he wrote, man, that was just fucking whoa, way out there, right?
Hamid.
Do me a favor, shut the fuck up.
REM is a freak. That should tell you how exciting their music is.
This one goes out to
Hey, Brianna, I ain't seen you in a while.
Who is it?
Brianna.
Brianna. Good to see you.
We are wonderful, doing our thing.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody else is, but I, for one, am having a TED-Talk day.
The end of the month, CromCon this month is CromCon Europe, Brianna, on Saturday the 31st, during the day, not trying to keep you out during party time. But if you want to join us, Me and Doc will be hosting the Brits and the Dutch and the Italians and all them people over there.
There's this whole other continent over there.
Europe.
A whole other continent.
There's a whole other continent over there.
This will be the third time we've done a CromCon that was dedicated just to the people on the other side of the pond. But if you're in Australia, I'll cut you some slack. You want to pop in because I don't do
Commonwealth
Australia yet.
Commonwealth, it's part of the show.
Sure.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I've always wondered this. When you were over in the sandbox, did anybody do Anakin Skywalker? I hate sand.
Oh, we used all the time. All the time. We made fun of the prequels something fierce. Oh my god. Are you kidding?
How about the line from Dune? You scrub your ass with sand. All the rich people got water, but we scrub our ass with sand.
Honestly, no, not as much as the Star Wars. Oh my god, because
we're here on Tatooine to liberate the Tusken Raiders.
And we'd make stupid videos and with portable camera at the time.
Oh, you got to share one of
The
those.
Haji shot, it's like 240p.
Yeah.
You got to share one of those one day, man.
Actually, I got a video that my friend made. I'll have to find it. I got to find it.
All right, we'll do that one day. Yeah, the sandbox. I mean, if ever you were actually on Tatooine, just say it.
Man, we had this one. It wasn't our unit, but we had found this video where it was this cab unit, and they're wearing their tank, armored cab, so they're wearing their tanker boots, which look like something out of Star Wars, anyhow. And it's like a platoon sergeant, and he's talking to like this young guy, like he's like Luke or something like that. Oh my gosh! And they brought lightsabers out, and then I guess when they came back, they ended up, adding special effects to it and everything. But I remember we had that video and we were like, yeah, these guys are so cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Max, what about you? There had to be some Tatooine references.
All the time.
There was Tatooine references constantly. It was like, where's Luke?
The second sun is going to rise.
I don't know, but if I see Obi-Wan coming over that hill, I'm dropping his ass.
Sarlacc jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then there's the gallows humor, and he's like, I used to live here, and he's like, you're going to die here,
Dark humor.
Dark humor abound.
What happened to Roland? He fell in the Sarlacc pit. See, if I had gone with Kaz went, it would have been, the latrine would have been the Sarlacc pit.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, other jokes for the latrine.
You all chase Max away, straight to the Sarlacc pit.
We scared Max off.
We scared them both off.
These are compression gloves. I have issues with the joints in my fingers. Not the joint in my fingers, the joint.
He has no issue.
Not to be confused.
Actually, copper tone compression gloves. They seriously help my being able to.
Did you get this one too?
In the desert, yes.
The latrine was called the IDBC. That's the Iraqi Dick Beating Center.
Yeah, a lot of them, they wear these for style, and trust me, I wear them.
Not this though.
That's as close as I get to Big Pharma.
You're standing for a watch, and you see an old man with a beard wearing Obi-Wan Kenobi robes coming over the hill, walking toward you, making those sounds. You're gonna drop him. I'm sorry. He's a movie right there, baby.
Do not be trying to imitate the cat dragon. Just don't.
600 meters. 2 up, 1 left.
That's it. Cross the perimeter. Drop him. I had a buddy that was in Lebanon, and right after the Beirut explosion, he's a Marine, and he literally showed me a skull with a hole in it, and he goes, "This was my payback." He said, "After the over, I caught this dude pacing, where they would measure distance by pacing, so they could line up their mortars." He goes, "I watched this guy. He was suspicious. He was pacing, and then he pulled out a radio, and we did it. And he gave coordinates."
See, now, I want to tell you guys the difference between desert over there and desert over here. Okay, desert over there, they make Tatooine jokes. Desert over here, they make buried barrel jokes.
I don't know what that means.
That's they bury people in fucking barrels. They
yeah.
lost bad guys and they put them in barrels. And they
The Vegas desert, baby.
That's the jokes we tell about the desert is the barrels is buried out there, right? You know.
Now,
25 years in Phoenix, you hear a lot of barrel jokes.
We didn't police up any of the dead bodies that we shot. We just left them in the streets as a message.
Yeah, that's you don't want people here to find them.
Yeah, you don't want them to find them. But in Iraq, you just leave the dead bodies in the streets, send a message to the bad guys.
Wait a minute, can we still get convicted of war crimes? I mean...
Just kidding. We did that in Minecraft. That was in Minecraft. We did that.
They were dead.
So, listen, I learned something valuable about the difference between Utah sand and Daytona Beach sand. Matt's Off-Road Recovery, which is a good channel, go check it out. People get stuck in the sand all the time out in the climber parks where they take their four-wheelers. He goes and gets them out. The sand here and everywhere else, I guess, in the world is granular. The sand there is powder.
That's the way it is in Iraq.
Yeah, you sink into it.
Yeah.
You have to deflate the tires to about 8 pounds of pressure to be able to move across it. And people don't do that, and they get stuck. So my man makes a living out of that. Stephen, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Going to Kuwait when we first got in the country for the AO went there for a month to train, and I probably get used to the heat. But that sand was all granular and like stomping through the beach. And then you get to Iraq and it's just like a big rock shelf with a bunch of dust on top of it.
Yeah.
Moon dust.
You better get them shoes shine, son.
That's what desert boots are for.
That was actually a myth in the Navy and the Marine Corps. I don't know about Army, but you never had to shine your shoes. They just had to be clean and black.
Oh shit! We had to shine our boots every Monday because we had an inspection.
Oh yeah!
We shined our shoes. After that, we paid somebody else to.
Well, usually you pay the guy that was on staff duty is who you pay to shine your boots, and I always took staff duty jobs from everyone else, and because you get like an extra day off, plus I get a shine boots, and I get paid $30 a pair.
Yeah,
there you go. But we had found out that regulation because apparently the boondockers that sailors used to wear on ship with their bell bottoms, it was impossible to keep them shined if you worked down in like the boiler room or engine room or the machinist mate shop or whatever. And also because salt water and shoe shine do not go well together.
Yeah, they don't mix. I was getting ready to say the salt and the salt water would fuck it all up.
Yeah, so it wasn't a thing. They just had to be clean and black. Now, did I own chloroforms that I wore for every inspection? You bet your ass I did.
Well, yeah, those for your dress.
Yeah,
Class A's, service blues, whatever you want to call them.
They were Class A's when I was in. We still had the green wool uniform.
pickle suit.
Yeah, and I was there when we switched from black boots to to the desert boots, and I hated that because I lost a bunch of money.
Yeah. Yeah, the Gore-Tex desert boots, the first ones they came out with, I've got a pair of those. They weigh twice as much as my black combat boots. Those things. Gene Simmons couldn't have walked in those things. I'm just saying, man.
By the end of basic training, my black combat boots were leather socks.
Yeah,
they were so pliable because we marched so many places in them.
Yeah. And I did the whole thing about put them on, get them wet, and wear them dry so they fit perfect.
Yep.
It's rough for a whole day, but out in the blazing sun on June or Paris Island, you knock that out quick.
Yeah, and then it doesn't really matter much when you have to march through the river,
right?
Because your shit ain't gonna hurt you that day. It's
I
already
used
been
to
shredded.
get a lot of shit for wearing tanker boots on ruck marches because they're like, "Oh, that's gonna tear up your feet," but no, it was like walking on a cloud. I loved it. I put a couple of insoles in there, and I never had an issue with that.
Going on a little nature walk today.
I remember coming back from our 20K road march, and I was sick as hell. And the drill sergeant was like, "Go up to the bay, lay down in your bunk, and take my backpack with you, my ruck pack with you, and don't say a fucking word." I'm like, all right. I go over there and grab his shit. Motherfucker had pillows stuffed in that bitch.
Hey, listen, true story. I'm going to rat you out right now, Gunny Rebel, if you're listening. Like dead by now. Series Chief Drill Instructor, Paris Island, Bravo March is a 20-mile march. Recruits do when they leave the Crucible. Back then we called it Field Training Unit, FTU. And sunrise. We've already been marching for an hour. And all of a sudden, the Marine marching next to me pulls out his combat knife, runs up to Gunny Rebel, tackles him, and goes, "Yeah!" Right in the back. And we're like, "What the hell?" We run up there, and it was an inflatable pink bunny rabbit in his Alice pack. The ear had flopped out. And the Marine was going, "You were being attacked by a pink bunny rabbit." Bunny rabbit.
Oh, man.
Gunny Rebel was just a little embarrassed.
Yeah.
But he had a great sense of humor. So he laughed about it. But then to man up, that we had a sick, lame, lazy, crazy recruit in the back. So he took his pack, put it on, and marched it in just to be one of them. I laughed so hard I thought I was going to piss myself. I thought that dude had snapped and run up there and killed me.
Yeah, no shit. Like, what crazy loony was? How did you fucking lose your mind on a ruck march? The only thing I did on ruck marches was keep my pace count and just think about stupid shit.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I would either jaw jack with the series commander, because I walked in the back with him, medical. Or if there was nobody cool to talk to, in my head, I would just sing my own cadence. You're right. Y'all, right. And keep my groove on, because when we humped.
Yeah.
Moving. Wasn't no shuffle to it.
We always ruck march to somewhere you didn't want to go. Like the first 5K was like we ruck marched out to the gas chamber.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
You had to ruck back.
Did you ever put on your Mach 4 and do that march?
Yes. Mach 4 marches are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. We're going to do an NBC march today. No, we're not. No.
I got a sick call.
I was in Korea. I sucked a lot of rubber there.
Yeah. We had a Marine that wanted to do a NBC march, and an NBC march is usually 5 miles for AIT. And he wanted to do that in black flag conditions. That's 100% humidity, 110 degrees. Nope, we're not doing that. I just stopped it. Medical. No.
Yeah, that's outside of the
dangerous.
Safety range.
Yeah.
Safety officer would have been like, no.
Well, I remember when we actually had some medics that got in trouble because they assisted us in. Well, no, I say us, but there was one of our units, infantry guys. A soldier had done fucked up. So what they did is they literally smoked him until he passed out, and then they would have the medics resuscitate him, give him an IV, and then continue to smoke him again. Needless to say, all these people got some sort of administrative action against them. I can't remember.
Corpsman, an IDC corpsman, or an SF medic, because they can kill you, put you back together again, and do it again.
But that's what I remember thinking. It was brilliant, honestly. I was like, I don't know why these guys are in trouble. That's kind of smart. I don't know. Maybe
in Fort Riley, we had the rock pit, which was just a bunch of rocks that were painted with numbers on them. And the drill sergeant would be like, "Go find me 212."
Yeah.
You'd be sitting there for fucking hours looking for 212, and the drill sergeant had it in his pocket.
Yeah, that's that old one in the movie The DI, that black and white movie. Recruit killed a sand flea on Parasite. And how dare you kill that sand flea? That's the state bird of South Carolina. Go find that corpse so we can bury it properly. And so he's got him in the dark digging around trying to find a sand flea corpse. The guy gets smart. He kills another one. And he goes, "Found a drill sergeant." And he goes, "Is that male or female?" "Female, sir." "No, we're looking for a male. Keep going."
A dude getting smoked in Iraq, and the sergeant was like, "Go get me a rock." Then he brings him back a rock, and he's like, "No, that's too small. Give me a bigger rock."
Yeah.
He comes back. He's like, "No, it's too big. Give me a littler rock."
We made a kid. He lost the key to his little chew, so we cut out his living quarter,
his housing unit.
Yeah. So we were like, okay. So we cut out a big cardboard Flavor Flav type key. And wear that everywhere. And they started changing the army, and they're like, "That's hazing. You can't do that anymore."
Bro, hazing was a thing. Listen, you didn't make your bunk up right.
Yeah.
You had to wear your sheet over your head and run around the division twice yelling, "I'm the catch edge ghost. I'm the catch edge ghost. I'm the catch edge." And then we had a guy doing that. And they found
that never happened to us.
Sea bag. He made him put the sea bag on empty and run around. And said, "You have to pass him twice," screaming, "I'm a dumb dead paratrooper. I'm a dumb dead paratrooper."
I remember there was someone left their wall locker unsecured. We were coming back from breakfast chow. We come down into the bay, the little starship thing that we all stayed in, and you just see shit flying out the windows. Drill sergeant's just throwing shit left and right, and then here comes a fucking bed. And it's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's wrong with these dudes?
Man, we had the sergeant major. He was at the time he was the second highest decorated man in the army, and he was a special forces guy. Sergeant Major Smith, and I remember him calling. He did a mass recall of the entire battalion, and because the barracks just looked horrible, so he pulls out all the NCOs, all the soldiers, and then thank God I had just gotten back from Iraq, and I promoted to staff sergeant. And so he's like, "Staff sergeants that don't live in the that have nothing to do with barracks," he's like, "Step on out." And of course, I have family, so I lived on post housing. And he's like, "You guys have nothing to do with this, so you can go home." I was like, yes. He was fair. He was very fair and impartial.
Our commander, not the sergeant major, but the commander. We had our barracks were all fucked up once, and he made everybody, even the lieutenants, do GI party.
Oh,
yep.
Hell yeah!
We call it marching party. Yeah, but listen. For those of you that are even listening to the sound of my voice right now and you're contemplating going in to any service, understand this. Your barracks are going to get hurricaned.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter how good. We went to chow, just like Max said, came back, and there were bunks defying the laws of physics, hanging from the ceiling, standing. The place was trash. You got 4 minutes to fix it. Do it now. And that was, by the way, before we were medically cleared to do PT.
Yep.
But they had the thing where they get around it: pop tall on your butt, 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 pop tall on your butt. Yeah, you do that.
Used to call them cockroaches.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or ghost turtles. Ghost turtles. Swim the deck.
All the different names for all this stuff.
All right, listen, never get veterans talking, okay?
Yeah.
Never.
It's true.
It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wrap this one up. We wish you a very Merry Christmas from Doc's Coffee Shop. I want to thank Max for popping out, Steven for coming out, Pops for producing, co-host Tanner as always. Chat, you guys rock. Pops, play us out of here.
The doctor is in, baby. This is Doc Blalock, and you're watching the Madness Comic Network.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. Things like that. And it's just a unique film of him.
He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead of heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know the real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one.
Bringing you sex, sass, and style. Buckle up and unlock your imagination for a fun adventure with these death-dealing dames. They sail the galaxy in search of spoils. The most dangerous acquisition, and the most fruitful, are the legendary Splinters of Yggdrasil. The Splinters are magical artifacts forged from the Tree of Life that wreak havoc on the universe. The missions are perilous, but the bounty is glorious. Enjoy our hyper-fictional wonderland. How is a pirate ship sailing through space? 'Cause magic. How do they heal so quickly after battle? 'Cause magic. How are they able to communicate through jewelry? 'Cause magic. It's all about the characters. Abo, rough, robotic, ready. Mo, carefree, callous, courageous. Mistress Graven, daring, diplomatic, dominating. Betsy, academic, accountable, aristocratic. Nefara, ancient, assured, adrenaline junkie. Bruto, proud, prominent, protective. Fisty, independent, incendiary, invigorating. Roxy, superficial, scarred, secretive. Once you get to know this diverse crew of mythical miscreants, you'll be anxious to find out what trouble they'll get into on the next episode. Go to abogrizzly.com and order both halves of the first episode today.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Right.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit